Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. Hello, I am KozmicKev, your host, and this is for the weekend beginning July 26, 2019. We've got ourselves a moon in the constellation, the tail end of Aries going into Taurus right now. And the lunar mansion is the nakshatra known as Kritika. And Kritika is the razor. It's also the flaming sword, like the archangel at the Garden of Eden. And it's located in the Pleiades. Its ruling deity is Agni, who's a god of fire. It's for spiritual purification. And it really it rules gold and luster. And they are kind of lusty. It's sort of a lusty sign. It's ruled by the sun, and the sun's all about the heart, it's all about the soul. Some say it's about the ego. The moon can kind of do some of that stuff too. So I'm not always too sure where to go with this because there's a lot of information out there, folks. But the soul part I'm pretty sure about. So it's like, this is a soulful day this Friday. And it's very Venus because it's the moon's in Taurus in both signs today. So it's like a very Venetian, lovely day. Speaking of Venus, Venus is going to move from Western Cancer into Western Tropical Zodiac Leo on Saturday evening and at 6:54 p.m. So that's a little different. And then we also have a new moon this week on Wednesday evening at 8:12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time in the nakshatra of Pushya or Pushyama, which is like one of the most benefic moons you can possibly have. It softens the negative effects of other planets, includes Mercury retrograde. Well, Mercury retrograde gets softened so quick. Within the hour, Mercury goes direct, okay? So that happens on the 31st as well. Pushyama is ruled by Brihaspati, who's there's another name for Jupiter, the guru to the gods, so we're getting our spiritual information better. Pushyama's its symbol is the udders of a cow, so there's this element of nurturing. And, the cow has extra milk, it gives it to other beings. It's very loving. That's why in Hindi philosophy and spirituality of the Bharata people, the cow is very honored. And they're a ruminant too. They get rid of weeds, they eat the extra grass, they provide fertilizer. There's so many good benefits. And I'm not talking about factory farming. Go go back in your yes, go in there in your vegan igloo. Oh God, that's a great name for a band. Vegan igloo. You can't be a vegan in the Arctic. I mean, I guess you could if the food's being mailed to you. You're sprouting in a greenhouse, I suppose. But yeah, oh my gosh. No, I'm on to something now. Okay, enough of my jokes, bad jokes. Sign by sign, here we go. Starting with you, Aries. Greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. What do we got? We've got Mars, Sun, and then eventually Venus and Leo. So things are really heating up. And I was saying this before, like with Kritika New Moon this weekend, I can just see things getting really hot and fired up as we're going through the week. And but I also see us addressing our limits in a more positive way. And, you've got a sense of leadership ability, but it's sort of scary right now. And how do we keep things not so scary? Is that we become calm. We move slower. We move impartially. And we also rely a little bit more on our intuition. Like, I don't get the feeling this is going to work, or I do get the feeling this is going to work. And, I mean, your travel plans should be fine, especially after Mercury retrograde. So, August does look a little better for that, especially the latter part of the month. Okay. All right. So here we are with Taurus. So greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So we've got Moon and we've got Uranus in the first house for Friday. So it's like there's a buoyancy. There's some kind of it's like a good day for a surprise party for somebody, on the nice scale. surprises with the Earth, like volcano or something like that. Yeah, those things happen, and we're in a lot of Earth changes, and there's a high possibility or probability there could be some man-made activities that have led to this. And I don't know what is going to work. Sometimes you have to go through some painful processes early to avoid more painful processes later on. And so that's, the wisdom of old age teaches you that. I really see, like for Taurus, just staying at home, making your house nicer, making your home nicer, selling an old junk vehicle to earn some extra money. That's a good idea. If you have to move, oh well, you got to move. Other people are likely to support you, to reward you, to give you things. You want to get together with a good group of like-minded people, have a good spiritual attitude, have a lot of compassion. That's going to help at this time. And, I just say, find that inner happiness, find your own tribe, and work at it from there. Okay. Well, hello, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. Did you know that the moon is going to be in Gemini this whole weekend? Yay! Saturday and Sunday, anyhow. And that means you can have a lot of freedom, and even in the heat and the breeze, and you'll be able to shoot the breeze, but Mercury's still retrograde, so it's kind of like just hang in there. Mercury's retrograde in your third house, or rather your second house, which is speak. So getting your tongue tied up, or talking about airplanes in 1776. I know you're a Gemini, dude. It doesn't fly. Okay, so it's just like, calm down, relax, and you should be grateful that so many other people are just as dumb as you. That's so mean. No. Most Geminis are really intelligent because Mercury rules intelligence. It helps you look at both sides of the story. And Gemini is more interested in the macroverse versus the microverse. Virgo is more the microverse, but it's it's a time, and I think hanging out with friends, throwing parties for them. That's the good stuff right now. That's where the soul kitchen is. Being in the neighborhood block parties, something like that. That could work well. Relationships overall are good. And just take your time. All right. Well, hello, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. So, now that the sun is in full-on Leo and it's in your second house, we can work on finances and we can work on improving our money situation. And there's a lot of ways to do that. One thing that I've really is kind of discouraging to me is, like, you go to a hardware store and they're selling candy. It's like because people's sweet tooth are so activated, like even something that's not even related to what you sell as a business. Oh, it's another opportunity to make a little bit of money and help doctors who specialize in diabetes. There's a point where we've got to look morally and say to ourselves that, when we give sugar to our children, we're basically desensitizing them to a poison. That is scientific fact. And it rubs against our culture. Because we're culturally privileged enough to think that because we've already done this, it's been done to us and we lived, it's okay to do that to our kids. I get it, and I don't like the protectionist society either. But I think we could do a little bit better dietarily. If you look at people, how they looked overall in the civil rights movement compared to how people look today, in a lot of ways, you see that there's been a major deterioration of health, at least in this country, in the United States. And But I've heard it's also in Mexico, Europe, Canada, and other places too. So let's get ourselves healthier. That does not hurt as a Cancer. So Cancer, the moon is going to be in your 12th house. So it's kind of a lay low weekend for Cancer. If I haven't said greetings, Cancer, I'm saying it now. Greetings, Cancer. It's moon in the 12th, and then the moon goes into your first house on Monday, which is Moon Day. And so on Monday and Tuesday, you're doing really good. You're doing really well, and there's a reflection of that. And so that's when your higher points are going to come out. And relationship-wise, it's like working on difficulties, working on transforming the way you look at people, being aware that part of the reason you got together with this person is you have some old past life karma to deal with, and there's no way that you're going to escape that. I'd work on health issues and keep tabs on your spiritual life and enjoy your friends, enjoy parties, socialize. Well, hello Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. So this is the Leo week of all Leo weeks, because we're going to have a new moon on Wednesday. Oh man, the dry throat in the summer. Well, Venus is in your first house, or is moving there, and so you look better. Mars is there. You've got a lot of drive right now. You've got a lot of motivation. The Sun is there in the first house, a very exalted place for the Sun to be. Things are looking good, especially at sunrise. I mean, if you're a Leo, pay attention to sunrise. If you like a sleep-in Leo, try not to this week at least. Get up early. Honor yourself. Do good things for yourself. Jupiter in the 5th house. You love your children. You love travel. You love creative expression. You can work on that more. Saturn, Pluto, South Node in the 6th house. Health can improve. You just got to take the disciplined steps to work on it. Make it happen. You're interested in the occult. You're interested in spiritual mysteries right now. Your work career thing is kind of not so stable right now. It's a little bit in flux. You still have stuff to do. Even if you're not at work, you're still taking care of work. And the new moon will make Mercury go direct. And so pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to how everything after Wednesday night just starts getting better and you're back on track. Well, hello Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. So, for Virgo, Mercury going direct Wednesday night is going to be a big bonus, okay? That'll be great, and you're going to make good social connections still. They're going to support you. People are going to support you. You're looking for a spiritual relationship, and I mean, this has been going on for a while. And you may have lost somebody on the way, that you really loved and thought there was potential, and then you thought there wasn't, I guess. And that's really hard. My heart goes out to you, especially those who really have the attachment and love hard. I feel for you. You're getting a lot of pleasure staying home, and I think a lot of it with Jupiter retrograde, it's kind of like, I don't want to go anywhere. This feels great. I'm going to hide. Next year is not going to be like that for you, Virgo. You are going to go out, man. You're going to put yourself out. You're going to push the envelope a little more, and actually you're going to reap more benefits too at the same time. It's going to happen. We've got there's excitement through travel. This weekend looks good for you to express yourself career-wise. You can get ahead of the game this weekend, I see. You got a lot of karma, to deal with right now. And so just simplifying and just not getting in anybody's way is a good idea. Stay off of social media. People are brutal out there. They love to be vicious. It's their opportunity to be strong and vicious. And some of them, it's weird how there's like some people are really vicious and they have like little minion friends on social media. I support their viciousness. I'm like, okay, cool. That's really interesting. Well, because they're from the same camp as me. Therefore, your camp is more privileged than mine. Therefore, even if they're doing something wrong, it's right because they're underprivileged. Okay, I got it. Once you're underprivileged, you deserve more support. I mean, I kind of think you do, in a way. Weaker links deserve support, but, you don't deserve to be a total a-hole. Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. Oh, boy. Well, Venus has moved into Leo. So that's your social life. And that's people, helpful friends, people that want to help you are coming more into your life. They're bringing more help, more assistance. And you're applying the good lessons you've learned. And so some of your good karma is coming through. And you're getting elevated. There's some limits in the home life, and things involving family history and stuff that aren't that pleasant. There's a lot of joy from being with siblings and old friends. You kind of need to work on health issues still. It'd be a good idea. Relationships seem pretty open this week. Anything could happen. It's mostly like, enjoying the party and taking appropriate leadership when necessary, and things that your career should get better. People will return from vacation after Mercury retrograde, and things will start to kind of get in order again at work after the new moon. So that's another thing to look forward to. Well, hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. Well. Well, I mean, with the new moon on the 31st in Leo, in that nice Pushya Nakshatra of Cancer, in the Vedic, I see good things happening for you. I definitely see like your whole career life. There's a place where you fit. It feels good finally, and it's like you're able to do it, and you're not putting yourself on a limb or in a place that's a dead end. It's happy, it's healthy, there's social support, and you're showing yourself at the workplace to be dynamic, responsible, reliable, and a beautifier, someone who adds something that's really sweet and nice to the work environment. And if you were listening to tapes overnight of a foreign language, suddenly you wake up and you got it. You wake up Thursday morning and it's like, oh yeah, I got this. I can do this. Finances are going to improve. They're going to get better. At last, And working on communication, modes of communication, how to do it, how to communicate from a heavier spiritual place. Yeah. Pluto and Saturn, it's like being thoughtful about communication, and then with Ketu, intuitively feeling things, getting in your body, out of your head, into your body to address environmental issues, communication issues, neighborhood issues. That'll help. Relationship-wise, I mean, it's Friday looks interesting, looks exciting. You might, and the weekend, it can bring out that 8th house stuff. So if you were like on some kind of spiritual retreat, studying the occult, that would be great. I would say just try not to spend too much money getting into debt. It's a good weekend to kind of deal with the deep stuff, and just show your talents and skills. Be bold about what you do and do it. Well, greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, you're in an expansive place. You're moving forward. It's It's a good time to take a trip. It's a good time to go to an ashram. It's a good time to go to a foreign country, or if you're in the States, a long distance state, go out of state. Out of state. Farm out. And do things to improve your health. Do things to secure finances in a more stable way. Pay attention to your own spiritual life at home, and, maybe have like a little altar for your ancestors, or for things, pictures that make you think of beautiful things, even just pictures of nature. Just having a little nature collage could really, really help. That could do for an altar, or if you want to have, a bunch of fierce-looking deities or something, that's okay too. Whatever works for you. Yeah, I'm not here to judge. It's that works for some people. Yeah, travel light, travel well, move with it. Well, greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. And I certainly see a lot of things starting to improve, especially by the time we get to next year. But even in September, Saturn's going to move. It'll be out of the retrograde. So goals are going to be accomplished. And even with Jupiter going forward next month, or in a couple weeks, you're going to see a difference. You're going to feel a difference. So let's talk about this new moon. So the new moon is in your 8th house. And that could be like places where you have debt, other people's property. It could involve a difficulty that you're having with your spouse. That's going to ease up. For some reason, there's going to be this fluidity, this heart-opening goodness that's going to change everything. And it's really going to be beautiful. And so it's good to do that. It's good to trust that. It's good to move forward with that. It's all about relationships still, and it's about good communication. And after this new moon, that communication is going to improve, and it's going to take you places. And sometimes if you need something, you have to ask for it. And so even if you're in a little bit of debt, ask somebody to help you with it. And you'd be surprised. People are out there to help you. It's good karma for them to help you, It's just, you don't want to be one of those people that never ask for help or who always ask for help. It's good to have a flow where it's like, oh yeah, I need help then. Those kind of reciprocal relationships, those are the best. Okay. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Leo time, 7th house, so in Leo season. And you got Venus and Mars in the 7th house and the Sun there too. So it's like love is coming. If you've been in a dry patch and you haven't had love in your life, love is here for you. People want to love you, and people do want to get together, even though it's hot, sweaty, and sticky. Sometimes the perspiration lubricates everything, and it's all wonderful. So, I know, that was gross, man. Well, it's fun. People need to have fun. People, even in hot tropical places, they don't just stop having babies because it's hot and tropical. Oh, quite to the contrary. Yes, I know it's not quite as hot at night. I get it. And that's when Venus shines, right? And so, but Venus is kind of close to the Sun right now, so, she's not like super visible, but that's okay too, because I think when Venus is close to the Sun, there's a lot of creative oomph, especially Sun and Leo and Venus and Leo. So there's kind of this creative, show your creative thing, and it can be a creative seducer. Pay attention to your karma. It's serious. Most of it's okay, but things are changing, and you really need to pay attention to your dreams, your visions, and what your intuition, what you're feeling. And you got good friends, and I think this is a time too when you give to charitable causes and stuff, it really comes back to you tenfold. Well, hello, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. So nice to be with you again. Okay, so we're wrapping things up here. So what is Leo time for Pisces? Well, Leo is about health, and it's about the gymnasium, working out, working with others, and kind of overcoming obstacles. There's, like, say you're a Pisces who's in like the schools, and now you have to prep for your classes because in a few weeks you're gonna get back in the grind again, and you got to have good information for them. And there's all these new rules changing, how people have to do this and that, and got to be shot up with some of this or that, or there'll be a big epidemic otherwise, and a lot of things that were really different than when I was a little kid. I mean, when I was a little kid, we'd get to ride in the back of pickup trucks or rode our bikes without helmets. Sometimes people would go without seatbelts, and parents would smoke in the car with you, with the windows closed sometimes. I mean, no, it's terrible. But, hey, that's history, and some of us are still alive, believe it or not. And anyhow, so it's how far we've gone. You've got some sweet words to share with people. I mean, this new moon could actually be a breakthrough for health. It could be a breakthrough with your coworkers, that things get better with each other and you, and so that you're doing better. And your social life, it needs structure, but it also needs to be something that works on charitable issues, the needs of the vulnerable. People that have been through trauma, people that are older or physically impaired in some ways, they need help too. And helping them is going to help you in your karma. And you have great leadership ability, you have great focus right now to show the good. I've said this before to you. This weekend, I think it's best to just kind of hang out at home. But Monday, Tuesday, you'll be feeling awesome. You'll be sharing your creative works. You'll be loving up your children. And I want you to love up me a little bit. How do we do that? Well, we share. We share the Planetary Persuader and some kind, encouraging comments. I'm welcoming them. If there's some critiques to show how observant and smart you are, that's fine too. Yeah, tell a friend. And I'm looking forward to being with you next week. It's KozmicKev of the Planetary Persuader. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you can put it out there. And we'll do this again next week.